Hi everyone, welcome back to the requirements of a brief lectures, I guess they are, slideshow we'll call it. So hopefully by this point you've talked about the different types of briefs already and what they are and the minor differences, and tried to find some examples in the way that we talked about in video B. Now what I'm going to talk to you about today is the next part of it, because remember that there's activities I'm giving you that are going directly into an assignment. So do make sure you're going along with them as you do so, and you'll find the assignment goes rather nicely. So we talked about the different types last time and what goes into a brief. So we had contractual, we had negotiated, we had informal and formal, commission, tender, cooperative, competition, and that was a lot. And then we had some terms afterwards that we could use and understand, and we should be using the terminology in these slides as we talk about things. Now hopefully by this point you've done assignment task A, so you've defined each type of brief. Now the next part of the assignment is actually creating an example brief for a product in the gaming industry, either a game or a peripheral. So you know, either a game of your creation, doesn't matter what it is, or a peripheral, so a controller or something to that effect, for a console of your choice again. It can literally be anything as long as you're sort of using that as your focus to make a brief. So you should be thinking about things like context and budget, goals, brand, demographic, audience, message, location and marketing, just like we were talking about earlier in the previous video with different things that go in a brief. So context, what it is, what's the situation it's being used for, budget, how much do you think it would cost, goals, what do you want out of it? Obviously you want some kind of a game or a peripheral to be put into the marketplace. We also need to think about branding, demographic and audience. So, sorry, my daughter's in the background playing with something, just ignore her. And what message can I put across? Remember the sort of the important part underneath it all. Location, hopefully international, but of course you can think about that yourself as well. And marketing, do you need to think about how you're actually going to do you actually need a further brand creation, or any kind of extra to get the advertisements out there? Okay, so you should be thinking about what you're going to do. That it can be anything you want. I mean, I've just got some examples of like headphones and mice, and the Superboy that plays SNES cartridges, and all different bits and pieces that have been made. This one is particularly amazing. So what can you make? You can literally make anything you can think of, as long as it is games related. So once you've done assignment task B, which is create one, you then have to do a very quick, a short evaluation on it, saying, well, what type of brief have you created? So all you need to do very quickly is, for your own brief, explain whether it's the type of brief you're looking at, how it meets the brief's description. That's a word. And if not, how it could be changed to meet the brief's description. So very, very simply, is it contractual? Is there room for negotiation? Yeah, because if there is, then it's not a contractual one. Negotiated, can the production company give input? Because if they can, it must be negotiated, because they're the ones doing things, so they have some kind of sway in what's going on. Formal, informal, meetings or not is sort of the easiest way to look at that, but there's more depth you can go into. Commission, would you negotiate and refund? Remember, these are very, very rare, so you know it's unlikely that you want that in your contract unless there's very specific situations. And the other three, there's some more questions there you can look at. Oh, sorry, my daughter's making lots of noise behind me. So those are the things you need to think about. Okay. So once you've done those two last assignment tasks, so you've got creating your own brief, which it should only be about a page of A4 or plus, just to explain those 9 bits. I'm not looking for something absolutely huge. You just have to hit all the correct points. Then you should be making sure you've got every part of your assignment done. Okay, so you've got those 3 tasks: define each type of brief, create a brief of your own, and analyse your brief and explain if it's a type of those briefs. It just makes sure you've really understood what the different type of briefs are, and what falls into those categories. Okay, Those are the 3 parts you need for the assignment, and this does have a deadline. So the deadline for this is a week Monday, the 23rd. So you've got a week to get this all done and dusted, put together by the 30th of March. Do make sure that it's in a slide format or basically a PDF by the end of it. Slide format's generally easiest for this type of thing where you've got definitions of different things. It's up to you about how you want to put the brief together. I mean, if you find that your brief looks better as a separate Word document, you're very welcome to do that, as long as, again, it's all submitted as a PDF. Okay, if you've got any questions, do ask. You can always email me about anything to do with this. Apart from that, go for it. It's all there, and you can get it done and dusted. Okay, see you later. Okay, so the big news this week, of course, is that Animal Crossing came out, which seems rather nice, considering that now everyone's stuck inside. At least this little guy can go outside. If anyone's got it, let me know how it's going. So far, my town contains a chicken and a horse who likes to play tennis, which I thought was fine. And yeah, it's really fun. Really fun. I managed to catch all kinds of bugs and beetles and things, so I'm feeling very, very clever. If you got it, let me know how you're doing. I'm going to go and play some more.